So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
Hey everybody, it's Beth. Welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. Hope everybody is doing well today. Happy Wednesday here. So we are here to do my response to the Vinyl Community Lottery. So I plan to do a live stream this evening, but life has its way of kind of messing up your plans sometimes. So we're going to do it right now. So hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Let me double check and make sure we are live. And I hear myself talking, so I think we're all good. Daniel is here. Hi, Daniel. What's he say? I've been offering responses in the comments on the new Indiana Jones movie. Is it good? I've heard some kind of mixed things about that. So let me know. Drum Dums is here. Hi, Lee. How are you? Good to see you. Lee has a new channel, a second channel. So definitely you guys go check out his extra channel for more movie content. And Baggy is here. Hi, Baggy. How are you doing? So what is this? What's this? This is my response to the Vinyl Community Lottery. So if you guys are not up on what the Vinyl Community Lottery is, I will explain that here in just a second. So, thank you. You don't see me, but you can hear me, hopefully. I've got a new headset, so I'm trying it out too to see if the audio is a little bit better. So what is the Vinyl Community Lottery? Well, this was started by Robert Zee. I will have his channel linked down below, and I'll have all the questions down below as well once this goes live. So if you guys want to do a response to this, you can. There is still some time left. I believe the deadline is the end of June. So by my primitive math calculations, you have a couple days left to get your entries in. So what the lottery is it is a fun contest that I highly encourage everybody to enter. And you have a chance to win a plethora of prizes. So basically what Robert does first is he asks for volunteers. He wants people to volunteer and promise to send a prize to whoever wins the lottery. So you volunteer. He assigns you a letter to the alphabet. So for example, let's say you get the letter C. You're going to send out a prize, some kind of music related prize that uses the letter C. So for example, let's say you send out a Clash album, or you send out a t-shirt with the Cars on it, or Johnny Cash plate, something that is music related that pertains to the letter you've been assigned. So I'm not sure if he still needs volunteers. I think he may. So that is the first thing. The second thing is you answer the questions that he has put forth. There are 10 questions. So I put them all together into one video. And you get entered in, and he does the Wheel of Pain, as I call it. And it's so much fun because he adds all this bonus extra drama into the wheel. And it is so much fun to watch the wheel spin and determine who the winner is. So let's say you get picked to be the winner. You're going to get 20, 25, 26, who knows how many prizes sent from all over the world to you. And it's just so much fun. My buddy Rod, the Happy Hippie won 2 years ago. And I mean, what he got, it was just so fun to see all his videos of the prizes that were sent his way. Bernard won last year. And again, same thing. It's just so fun to see what everybody sends them. So that's the idea of the lottery. Okay. So again, I'll have all that linked below when this goes live. So let's get into the 10 questions because I don't want to keep you guys here any longer than I have to. So I do appreciate everybody watching. So, so let's get started here. So question number 1. So pretend it's Christmas dinner. Okay. And you could have 3 dead celebrities come to your Christmas dinner. Who would you pick to come over to your house and have Christmas dinner, or whatever kind of dinner whatever holiday you celebrate, or even if you don't celebrate a holiday, just, you got the gist. So who would you pick to come over and have dinner with you? So I chose, and as you see, I've got little Santa hats on all of them. So I picked Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, and Freddie Mercury. And I think that would be a hoot to have all of them come to my house for dinner. So Michael Jackson is my daughter's favorite artist right now. She still loves Queen, but Michael, MJ, has superseded them as of right now. So I had to pick him for her, and I think that would be a lot of fun. Elvis, of course, the king. I think he would have so many fun stories to tell. Freddie, he would be just the center of attention. I just know it. You know, he would take over the whole. It would be easy for me because I could just let them go and just sit back and listen to all the stories that they would share. I think that would be so much fun. So that is going to be my answer for question number 1. Let's see, Lee, he's got a couple. Let's see, what does he say? He would have Michael, he would have Brandon Lee and Ian Curtis for his Christmas dinner. That would be an interesting trio of guests to visit with. Definitely. Richard said, Drums haven't checked out the new channel yet, but will do. Awesome. Yeah, this is what I love about this YouTube community that we have here is everybody supports everyone else. And I think that's fantastic. Okay, let's keep going. Question number 2. These are fun. These are really interesting questions that make you think. So I'm gonna be controversial here in just a minute. So question number 2, a song that you could never hear again, and it would be fine to never hear this song again. Okay, what would you pick? My mind immediately went to this album, and I'm gonna ruffle some feathers here, but it's nails on a chalkboard for me. Okay. Okay. So it is going to be Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill, specifically You Ought to Know. I know that the album was huge in my youth. It was big. It was everywhere. I can't stand it anymore. It's been overplayed. Her voice, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I know that it was a cultural touchstone for many people. Still is a seminal album, but I can't do it. I would play it, but I don't want to. Trying to avoid the copyright crap. We won't even get into that. So, but yeah, Alanis Morissette, no, can't do it. Okay. Let's see. Lee says, I get that though, Beth, that album is not you at all. Yeah, no. I mean, I listened to it because it was like the cool thing to listen to back in the day, but no, I can't do it. I even have it, I think somewhere. I have it somewhere, but I can't listen to it. Can't do it. Not me. So that's okay. No, what am I trying to say? Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Question number 3. This is a fun one. This makes you have to think a little bit. An album you wish you could re-experience for the first time again. So what is an album that you wish you could hear again for the first time? So I miss 80s movies and music. I had to pick a soundtrack. And when I read this question, my mind immediately went to this soundtrack. And I'll explain why. I've told this story before many times, but you'll understand here in just a second. So I would love to hear this again for the first time. Wayne's World soundtrack. So I've told this story before, but Wayne's World was my introduction to Queen. Okay. So for people my age, I'm going to be 43 next week. This was the soundtrack that introduced me to Queen. Seeing this film in the theater, that particular scene with the Mirthmobile and Bohemian Rhapsody, as a kid that grew up in a household that listened to only country music and bluegrass, gospel, Elvis, classic rock, Del Shannon and Buddy Holly, that kind of thing. This was like mind-boggling, just opened my mind up in a whole new direction. So to not only experience the film again for the first time, but to hear the soundtrack again, that would be amazing to be able to do that. And I would say that would be a fun topic to discuss is what albums would you want to experience again with new ears? That would be a lot of fun to talk about. Let's see. Lee says Trick or Treat for sure. Nice. Great soundtrack there. Or The Crow. That would be a good one. And Richard says Theater of Pain. Nice. Yeah, I think this would be a fun discussion, you guys, to just kind of do a roundtable discussion on any album. It doesn't have to be a soundtrack, but any album that you would love to go back and listen to for the first time. Because I could come up with a bunch of them, but for time purposes, I definitely chose Wayne's World. Okay, so next question we have. So question number 4. This was a lot of fun too. So it's kind of like question number 1 to some degree, but a little different. So this is, you're building your own personal Mount Rushmore. So Mount Rushmore is a monument here in the United States that has 4 different presidents on it in stone. And so you get to build your own personal Mount Rushmore. So what 4 artists would you put on your own personal Mount Rushmore? Okay. So these were the ones I picked last time when I did this question a few years ago. I remembered which ones I picked and I thought, yeah, still holds up to this day. So I chose these again. So for me, I picked Elvis Presley, Dolly Parton, Freddie Mercury, and Conway Twitty. Okay. I don't really need to explain a whole lot about all of these artists, but for me personally, I would have them in my personal Mount Rushmore. Okay. Freddie is a given. I'm a big Queen fan, have been forever. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. Elvis Presley, so important to me and my family. So of course he's got to be up there. Dolly, I wanted to throw a woman into the mix because why not? It's my Mount Rushmore. I can do what I want. So Dolly, to me, I think she's one of the best female artists of any genre, of any decade, of all time. So she definitely deserves to be up there. And Conway Twitty, me personally, he's one of my favorite country artists of all time. And I think he doesn't get enough credit for the impact that he's had on country music and even just music in general. I mean, my God, the man had so many #1 hits. People forget that he at one time held the most #1 hits before George Strait dethroned him. So, you know, that's something to talk about right there. It really is. So for me, definitely these 4 artists would be on my Mount Rushmore. Let's see. Lee says Dolly, Kiss. So your Mount Rushmore would have, yeah, we'd have to make Kiss small, and Tool too. And then George Strait. So yeah, I think that's a great mix. That's a great mix there. I like that a lot. That'd be great. Okay. I think one of these I have a typo in, so forgive me. So that's, yeah, this one I have a typo, so forgive me. So I'm not perfect. Question number 5. So what would be a song that you could use as your channel's theme song? So you heard my little theme at the beginning and Lisa from Weird Science. That's my little theme. But if I could pick another theme song, what would it be? So I didn't pick an actual song. I picked a particular piece of music from a film that I really enjoy. And I immediately thought of this little piece of music when I read this question. So I'm just going to play it for you, a little snippet, and then I'll explain. Okay, that is called They're So Incredible by the Revenge Band off of Revenge of the Nerds. So that particular track is featured in the talent show towards the end of the film when the nerds play the talent show. Lamar does his rap, and that little instrumental part plays, you know, before Lamar starts to rap. So I love that track. I think it's so unique. Definitely it's got that 80s synthy vibe to it that I so enjoy. So I would love to have that as a theme song. So who knows? You might hear that come up someday, you know, with a new intro to the channel. So I think that's a fun little track. Let's go back to the comments. Oh, I could imagine you said that one. Lee said Win in the End. So that's by Mark Saffin from Teen Wolf. Great track. Love that song. I mean, that track gets you pumped, doesn't it? Oh man, that's a good song. That's a great choice. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Let's see, where are we at? Question number 6. So this is a fun one. This is a lot of fun. So you are organizing a 50-year concert extravaganza. So you are creating a concert to end all concerts. So you pick an artist or band from each decade. So you have the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s for like one epic concert, whatever you want. Okay. Just, picture it in your mind, how you would want to do it. Which 5 artists or bands would you pick from each of those decades? Okay. I think that's fun. I think that's a fun question. So I chose, here we go. For the 60s, I picked the Monkees. I think they're very underappreciated. I don't want to use underrated because I don't like that term. I think it gets overused, but underappreciated is definitely what they are. They kind of get, shoved to the side sometimes. So I was introduced to the Monkees. I'm aging my youth, I guess you could say. Monkey Mondays on Nick at Night is where I discovered the Monkees. Nick at Night is a cable television network, and they would play Monkees, the TV show, back in the 90s. And I remember watching them for the first time there, and just fell in love with them. Had to buy the CD, their greatest hits. And I mean, I just love the music. Love the music. So they would represent the 60s. To be different, I didn't pick Queen because I didn't want to be redundant. So I chose ABBA for the 70s because I want a very upbeat, happy concert experience for everyone. I've been down in the dumps myself, and we need some light. We need some fun. So what's more fun than disco music and ABBA? They're amazing. I love them. They have so many good songs. So ABBA for the 70s. Got to have some Journey for the 80s. Okay, Journey. Steve Perry in his prime. Neil Schon, just power, rock, ballads, upbeat. Love that music. Love it so much. Then we go to the 90s. I picked Ace of Base, kind of another kind of callback to ABBA. So some of that kind of poppy 90s dance music to get everybody up and moving and having a good time. And then we're going to round out the 2000s with a little cheesy NSYNC with a little young bleach blonde Justin Timberlake, bye, bye, bye. So to end the show, see, they'll sing bye, bye, bye at the end for the encore, and then the show's over. So yeah, that's my concert experience that no one would come to, but I would. Yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun. So oh my goodness, nobody's going to come to that. Yes, the wheels in the sky keeps on turning. Oh, for sure. Let's see. Lee says, so he would have the Stones for the 60s, Kiss for the 70s, Flock of Seagulls for the 80s. I'm guessing Tool for the 90s. Am I right? Keep commenting. I bet I'm right on that. Okay, let's see. I was wrong. Okay, I'm wrong. Bush. And then Sleep Token. Nice. Yep. You would have a lot of headbanging going on in that concert. Okay. We're almost 20 minutes in. We need to get this done. Question number 7. This one is kind of a little morbid, but we're going to go with it. So what happens to your collection after you die? So I don't have any visual for this. I just thought I'd talk about it real quickly. So, we're all going to die at some point. And a lot of us have collections of many different kinds, whether it be music or movies, collectibles, whatnot. So what would happen to your collection when you kick the bucket? So my answer is pretty simple. I have 2 children. I have a husband. My daughter is the music lover. So she would take the Queen albums and Michael Jackson. She could care less about everything else I have. So I would probably tell her to call, let's say I die tomorrow, God willing, knock on wood, I don't. But let's say I die tomorrow, she would probably get a hold of my friend Brandon and Billy from Riverbend Records, and maybe have them come by the collection, what I have left, and possibly a few of my horror soundtracks that are valuable. I would send to a couple friends that I know would love them. I need to probably write this stuff down. But yeah, my daughter would keep all the Queen records and Michael Jackson, and she could care less about the rest of it. So everything else would go to sell. All my movies probably would, maybe she'd keep a few things, but I would say they would probably just sell it all. And I mean, I'll be dead, so I don't care. Oh goodness. So yeah, I mean, I need to probably write stuff down like that at some point, because you never know. But yeah, that's more than likely what would happen, because she told me that before. She's like, I don't care for any of this stuff. She does not like horror movies at all. So the soundtracks, maybe a few she might pick and choose from, but everything else would go out the window. So let's see. Lee says his collection would go to Delilah. That's his granddaughter. So that's very nice. I think that's a good idea. Let's see. Richard said, hopefully pass it all down to my kids if I can get them interested in dad's old movies. Shite. Yeah. And I mean, my God, I have so many VHS tapes that I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'll be dead. Who cares, right? Oh, gosh. Okay. Question number 8 is, what do you define as a grail? So that term gets thrown around a lot, especially in the music world, even in the collectible world, horror world. It gets thrown around a lot. So for me, I have a couple examples here of just records, but for me, a grail is something that you have really wanted, really, really wanted for a long time, that you think is important to you, and that you would, you're going to stop at nothing to seek it out. So that to me is what a grail is. It could be anything. Most people that are going to watch this, if you even watch this far into it, maybe one of these you would maybe just deem a grail to you, but more than likely not. But to me, all 3 of these were grails that I did get to check off my list, that I was so stoked to find and to acquire, and so happy to have finally in the collection. First of all is Queen Live at Wembley 86. So it's the live album from their live concert in 86, one of Freddie's last concerts. I love this concert. It's very hard to find on vinyl. I was finally able to find a Polish pressing of it that wasn't insanely expensive, because they're out of print. And when I finally checked that off the box, so happy, so happy. Valley Girl, same thing. Soundtrack, not easy to come by. Found one on eBay, made an offer on it. They accepted. Excited to have it in the collection. Halloween, that one I thought I would never own, never in a million years. But I have a friend that graciously gave me a copy of it. It's not the best copy in the world, but it works, for now it works. And I'm so happy to have that in my collection. So to me, those are all grails, but I think a grail is subjective. Somebody's going to say like a Beatles Butcher cover is a grail to them. To me, I'm not a big Beatles fan. I could care less about that. But Valley Girl, man, that's a big grail to me, So to each their own. Just like anything else in life, to each their own. It's all subjective. It's all fluid. So there you go. That's my answer to that one. Number 9. Okay. This one's pretty easy. Your all-time favorite band. A band that people immediately think of when they hear this band, and they think of you. Okay? So pretty simple, pretty easy. Had to go with Queen. There is no other band. Queen, so many people in my life that have met me, know me, that come and go from my life. Anytime they hear Queen, they think of me immediately. So, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having the same favorite band since junior high. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I kind of like, man, you should expand your horizons. You should try new things. And I do from time to time, but I keep going back to the same things that I love. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So there you go. There you go. 3 o'clock high soundtrack. Tangerine Dream, right? I think I'm right on that one. It's a good soundtrack. I love Tangerine Dream. I loved him. You need to find the you need to get the soundtrack to Risky Business, Lee. I think you'd like that too. Okay. And then question number 10. This one is always hard for me because I don't like to to say things I want or not want, because I'll explain here in just a second. Hold on. Let me read Lee's comment. Said Tool will always be my favorite band until I die, but having said that, I'm constantly seeking out new artists. Boy Harsher is a recent favorite. Yes, Boy Harsher is good, and you mentioned Sleep Token. I know you like them a lot too, and I think that's great. I think that's great to kind of expand. Like I've like my Foxy Shazam is a band that I've discovered over the past 10 years or so. I really enjoy their music. The Darkness, I discovered them in the early 2000s, and I followed their career. They've been off and on, and I've been following their career. There's some country artists I really enjoy. So yeah, it's always good to kind of expand, but then always come back to the tried and true things as well. So question number 10, if you win the VC lottery, anything you would like or dislike, kind of a wish list. So if I by chance win, which I don't think I will, but if I was lucky enough to win, I would be happy with anything. The thing I don't like is Alanis Morissette, so don't send me that. But I mean, I love soundtracks. I love 80s music. It'll be hard pressed for someone to find something Queen related that I don't already have. But I mean, gosh, if you could just if everybody sends me a soundtrack from each letter of the alphabet, that would be awesome. I would gladly accept that, and that would be great. I mean, if I would be lucky enough to win, it would be a blessing, and I would be so grateful for anything. I mean, I've been blessed over the years being in and around the vinyl community to make wonderful friends and have sent and been given so many great gifts. It's icing on the cake, man. It really is. I'm not just saying that. It's just true. So the friendships are the most important thing. And if I by chance was to win this thing, that would just be awesome. It would just be so much fun. And I would be so grateful. So, there you go. So there is a bonus question. But I just wanted to say a quick thank you to Robert Z. I'm not doing, well, I guess I kind of am in a roundabout way doing the bonus question, but Bobby has been a friend for, I think, since I started in the quote vinyl community. So that was in late 2017. And I've known him pretty much the whole time. So Bobby is hilarious. He always makes me laugh. We have had some very good conversations. I've talked to him on the phone a couple times. We text back and forth from time to time. So we have some things in common, and I won't go into that, but I'm always here for him. He's there. And I really think he's a great guy. And I can't believe he's still doing these lottery things, because I know it's a pain in the ass to keep up with all the stuff and everything, but he makes it fun. And like I said, you guys, the Wheel of Pain is a hoot to watch, because he puts in everybody's names and then he does these special things. You just have to see it to believe it. And it is a nail biter. I mean, the Wheel of Pain it's nail biting anyway, but the way he does it, it's extra nail biting. So yeah, you guys, like next week or whenever he does the drawing, you'll have to tune in and watch that, because it's a lot of fun. So, Bobby, he has an amazing collection. I wish my collection was like his, though I don't have enough room for stuff like that. But he's so thorough and thoughtful, and he really kind of has cultivated his collection over the years, and he's picky to some degree on what he pulls into his collection. And I'm trying to kind of move towards that, I guess you could say, in the things that I acquire. When you first start buying vinyl, you kind of buy everything because the bug has hit you and you want everything. But then as time goes on, you become kind of, you pick and choose what you want to buy and the quality and the condition and all that kind of stuff. So I've really learned a lot from him. He's done like Queen collection videos for me in the past to show me all the things he has, and I really appreciate that. And he's done like how he catalogs his collection and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, in a roundabout way, Bobby, you're awesome. I love you. Thank you for being my friend. I hope you feel the same with me. And I appreciate you putting on this lottery again. So there you go, guys. That's 30 minutes. Sorry, it took so long. I like to talk, but I appreciate everybody watching. Again, all the questions will be linked down below in the description. I'll also pin the questions in the comment section. So if you want to, highlight them and do your own response to this, that would be great. Again, like I said, the lottery, to enter into the lottery, I believe you have to have your entries in by the end of June. So that's just a couple days away. So more people, the merrier. It's a lot of fun. And again, you might win some prizes. So win-win situation for everyone. So anyway, I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you guys so much. Hope you have a blessed day, a wonderful day. Be excellent to each other. I always say that. And we will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.